And I watched too many episodes of Def Comedy Jam in preparation for this. Yeah! There we go. Actually, at this point in time, I want to tell you guys a joke, which is a really bad way to introduce a joke. But it's something I've always wanted to say. I'm Matt. Or as they used to call me at church back in Kansas. Please open your Bibles and turn to Matthew. But actually today I'm not coming to you as Matthew, I'm coming to you as Christopher Walken, renowned, awarded actor. If any of you don't know who Christopher Walken is, allow me to enlighten you. No, actually, let's not do that. I'll grate a little bit on my nerves a little bit. I like doing accents, I like doing impressions. I've done noises all my life, so I guess you could say I'm grown up Taj. Sort of. Starting back when I was 8 maybe or so, with the Rocky and Bullwinkle. But my favorite impression at this time is probably Christopher Walken. Impressions more along the lines of Christopher Walken, Kermit, some accents along the lines of, well, actually I have 3 rules of accents written on here, and one of them is never do accents in front of the natives, and since David was in Australia, best not go into the Australian dialect, just quite at this point. I found that in most cases, the natives are the most difficult to impress. Not to mention the fact that you almost... I also have this other annoying trait. This is the other thing, is basically saying, no, don't go into accents, man, because I tend to do lots of accent surfing, which is basically where I'm going over here, and all of a sudden, for some inexplicable reason, I'm somehow all of a sudden in Texas instead of Australia. I don't know really exactly where the transition kind of came from. It's all right from left field there. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Christopher Walken. Anybody Christopher Walken fans in the house? Yes! We are alike. So I guess. Yeah. I love that about Christopher Walken is no matter what movie he's in, I don't know, it's almost a stretch to call him an actor because Christopher Walken is just Christopher Walken. No matter what movie he's in, he'll have a different name, he'll have a different character that he's portraying, but he's always Christopher Walken. It's almost like they wrote the lines for him. It's not Christopher Walken doing your role, it's your role doing Christopher Walken. So as such, I have 3 reenactments from this last year that I wish Christopher Walken had been cast in instead. How many of you guys saw Avatar? The funny thing about this planet, nobody points out the fact that all the people are blue. Bunch of giant blue people running around. You think someone would notice. I'm really glad that the food's almost out here. Also, another one, actually a suggestion by Mr. David here. The Blind Side. How many saw The Blind Side? How many saw The Blind Side more than once? How many saw The Blind Side more than twice? I'm looking at you, Mr. Dino. Funny thing about this movie, the guy is huge. And he's the only big guy in the whole movie. They've got a whole football team. Everyone else looks small. Maybe it's just high school. I don't know. Yes. I loved the movie. I loved The Blind Side. Probably my favorite movie of this last year, though, was The Dark Knight. And we saw The Dark Knight. I gotta get in character for this one. You wanna know how I got these scars? Actually, you probably don't. Considering the inconsistency in the stories through this whole movie on how I got these scars,
one would probably be led to believe it's all makeup.
Although I just realized I kind of jumped out of the pattern because I'm trying to tell you movies I would like to see Christopher Walken in. So, you want to know how I got these scars? I'll tell you exactly how I got these scars. But actually that's boring. So instead, let's go off in a tale about 3 magical characters. One is a giant beaver, 70 feet tall. I've never seen a beaver so tall. The other one's a walking cactus. Why he's walking, I don't know. And the third is a priest from Sweden. I didn't know Sweden even had priests. That's basically how you make a Christopher Walken movie. You don't even actually put the dialogue in front of him. He just makes stuff up. One of my first impressions that I ever did, though, after obviously that one didn't last too long, was actually Kermit the Frog. And I have an aid here that I need to put on 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. This is extra. Hello, Kermit the Frog here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are enjoying your salad. Most definitely, I am a fan of the green foliage. Kermit, you seem to be very green yourself today. Well, thank you for noticing. Yes, I'm definitely not lavender today. Yeah. So, Kermit, I would say you're rather partial to the color green as well. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy being green. Yes, you're stealing my lines here now. Don't make me look bad in front of these people. I'm already wearing a hat with your face on it. Yeah, I don't think you can really go any worse out from there. So Kermit, just kind of interview style here. We saw Taj earlier doing some Q&A. So I figured I'd ask you a few questions myself. Go for it. Okay, favorite actor? Seth Green. Favorite comedian? Tom Green. Favorite movie? The Green Mile. I didn't like that movie. Okay, what was the other question I was going to ask you? Favorite superhero? The Green Lantern? That's well known. So what, Kermit, I think what we're all dying to know actually at this point is what's your favorite color? Chartreuse. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, see, I love the joys of being homeschooled. You learn at a young age how to talk to yourself for extended periods of time. Okay, so at this point in the juncture, I want to leave you with the obvious here. Being my 2 favorite impressions are Christopher Walken and Kermit the Frog. Growing up, I loved watching movies, but I was wondering, what would it be like if you could take some of your favorite characters from different movies and switch them together? So, for your viewing pleasure, Christopher Walken with Kermit the Frog. Probably I'm going to take off this embarrassing hat. Thank you to my friend Bill back in Kansas for sending that to me, by the way. So, Kermit, you're a bit of a comedian. I didn't realize. I want to tell you 3 knock-knock jokes. Except only one of them's a knock-knock joke, and it's the end. But it sounds cooler to say that I'm going to tell you 3. So, a 3-legged dog walks into a bar, goes up to the bartender and says, "I'm looking for the man who shot my paw." Second joke, and this is actually, believe it or not, Christopher Walken's favorite joke. So why I'm calling it number 2 instead of number 3, I don't know. Also, I don't know why I'm still holding Kermit the Frog here. He's not really interjecting anything. So, a duck walks into a drugstore, goes up to the bartender and says, "Hi, I'd like some lip gloss." Guy at the drugstore says, "Why, certainly, Mr. Duck. Would that be on cash or will it be on credit?" And Duck says, "Just put it on my bill." I wish we had drums up here. And lastly but not leastly, what's a good comedy routine without a chicken joke? So, I'm gonna put Kermit the Frog away. It's kind of getting a little awkward. So, why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To get to mud wrestling, why did the chicken cross the road again? To get back home, why did the fox cross the road? Someone had to deal with that dirty double crosser.